Hey, family. I gotta put my glasses on. Let me see what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? We got 2 more minutes. On Saturdays, uh, about 2 years ago, I had started the B Moores Real Teen Talk Show. And I was doing it like 4 o'clock in the evening. And I think it was 5. And the kids that was coming out that was doing the show was a little bit younger. So the guy who was working with them wanted them in a little bit earlier. So I've been asking questions about what is a good time to do the Teen Talk Show. So I was asking around with other youths and stuff like that, right, to find out what is the best time. But I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm looking for the time. I'm not gonna sing my song, the Couch Conversation Show, because actually I want to introduce the Be More's Real Teen Talk Show to y'all. And I haven't had time, y'all, because really a lot of y'all know where I've been at with dealing with my own personal stuff, you know. So that set me back a lot from doing my regular schedule, like couch conversation and and the teen talk show. So basically, I've been listening to some people who slipped off too. And we all been talking about we need to get back into doing what we do, mainly talking about our youth as well, because we as adults, we always talking about our issues, Donald Trump issues, but when it comes to the youth, we out there wondering why they running around acting the way they acting. So welcome to the B Moores Real Teen Talk Show. The goal is giving our youth a voice. And I'm saying this now because y'all see I'm right here. Normally I would be the host, but the vision is to get somebody right about 24, 25 to work with them from 13 on up. I don't mind if they 8, 9, if they want to come on and talk, because I'm gonna tell you, I ran across some smart little kids, but that spoke positive about things. And that's what we want. That's what we want. You know what I mean? So any questions, anything y'all want to talk about, I sent out, I'm on my restream too. I tried to embed my TikTok in there. It's like it won't take. I don't understand why, but I'm doing my best to learn how to do stuff on my own. I need a crew for all that. But the goal is to start doing it on a regular. Saturdays at 2. And whoever host the show now, say like they want to do it like maybe once or twice throughout the week. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. On this broadcast network, I don't have a problem with it, because I want us to be able to listen to a lot of our youth. And I'm gonna tell y'all why it's so important. I'm 62 years old. I'm listening to a bunch of people talk today, and another person was about 58, but they was mostly like 40, 33, 38, along that line. And their conversation was like boom, because I'm already into solution mode, intervention mode, right? So I'm listening to them, but be honest with y'all, I had to focus, because I'm beginning to really understand sometimes our old ways of thinking, and that's me, and doing things. sometimes the younger generation might can't relate because they in their own. And I have my oldest is 35, but I'm listening to them and I'm like, dude, y'all are teaching me a lot when you shut your big mouth and you listen. Even though we might feel like we know everything. Now, mind you, this is B Moore's Real Teen Talk Show. Y'all can come up if you want. You can share stuff with me, from what you're dealing with your teenagers and stuff like that. Just coping with life in general. Let's talk about some stuff because look, I want to talk about, and I'm trying to think of other words, y'all, because the goal is to open up, and I'm gonna share this right here, 4 multi-purpose centers with music, art, theater, dance, and stuff like that. So what I was told, don't reinvent the wheel. We already have recreation centers. Take your programs into those, right? And that's just to have somewhere for our kids to come and be able to explore themselves, like music, art, theater, dancing. You might have somebody, one of your childs might be at home, dancing, and they just need to learn the proper steps, modern dance, tap dance, I'm gonna say just break dancing, just dancing, period, on a professional tip. You want to. Now, I'm over here near Morgan. And my goal is to go into Morgan to get people that's willing to teach our children, like drama class, how to carry a note, singing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Acting. Well, I said the drama, acting, sports, all of that. The proper way of doing things. And not only that, I want the men to teach our men how to be young men. I want our women to teach our women how to be young ladies. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the vision that God laid on me, and not just that. As a father, of 4 daughters and a son, and let me tell you, some of y'all fathers, this. I watch my daughters. Hey, Tony, I watch my daughters from babies growing up to where daddy had to go and start getting the Lord, when that time changed, you know what I mean? The pads, right? And not only that, when they got to the point that they start sprouting, their mother would take them, but guess who all took them too, most of the time? So women not trying to be smart. Not trying to be smart. I understand where a lot of women at today. Because y'all feel like it's not a bunch of good men out there. Ooh, it might not be. But, I don't want to go too far. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But still, please listen, because everything I'm sharing is basically, my goal is teaching our young men how to be young men. Teaching our women, females, I'm sorry, y'all, our younger generation, helping them to understand certain things that you wear can draw the wrong attention. Even though you might feel good about yourself, that's right. You ain't. I mean, if you feel beautiful, I'm just saying, y'all. Please listen to my words. I'm just saying. If you feel beautiful about yourself, you feel sexy about yourself. I'm talking about our young ladies. That don't mean that you have to give everybody that. You know what I mean? It's okay when you have confidence in yourself, but everybody don't deserve to go there. This is what I taught my girls, Tony. Tony, stop calling me Big Red if I come up there and knock you out. Jack up, Tony. I miss you, man. I miss you. Crazy self. But look, these are the things that I had to teach my girls, Tony. Not to be so quick, to spread for that person. And I'm gonna tell that boy, the male. And that's something with little Steve. I was a so I try to teach Steve, and I'm talking about with the children now, y'all. That's why I said if y'all want to come and share, come and share. I try to teach Steve how to be a gentleman. He's 21. I don't want him to be like I used to be. You get me? So I'm just saying this because as adults, Tony Mo, we had to teach them the opposite from the way some of us grew up. If you grew up in a real structured, or you grew up structured, that's fine. But we have a lot of kids, y'all, children who out there running amok. And the goal with me as a father, the goal with me as a man that was raised without a father, my mother, it's like a lot of times I step in and I want to be that father. I done foster care in this process. How many black men you know do foster care? And a lot of times, Tony, when I sat in the classes, when I sat there, it was either me and the majority of women, most of them was grandmothers that already raised their kids and they raising their kids, and it's not supposed to be like that. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But guess what? I understood. But I was the only, not about, man, in there. Like, I became a foster care provider. I did mentoring young men. I went into the prison to talk with the men because I know this is the Be More's Real Teen Talk Show, y'all. But I went into the prison to talk to the men about coming home and being involved in your kids' lives. Yes, money is awesome. Don't you ever think it's not. But it's that love inside. It's the compassion inside. And I was listening to somebody today, right? Like I said, I'm a very emotional guy. I'm a crybaby. I am a crybaby. That doesn't make me less than a man. Play with me. Play with me. I know how I was when I was in the street, Tony. I thank God for turning my life around. But guess what? I thought that made me a man. Almost made me unalive or in somebody's dungeon. So I'm just saying this, y'all. Be More Real Teen Talk Show. Because we are the examples for our children. So it's not as much as what I started saying out my mouth. I was saying stuff, but they watch us. Sometimes you can teach them a certain way, right? But your behavior won't display it because you're talking, but you're not actually showing them. And talking, because it has to go together for them to get it. Oh, I got it now. I got it. Oh, come on, now you want to start. You ain't been clicking off all day long. But look, and that's one of the reasons why I started the Be More's Real Teen Talk Show, is because in other words, is to give our youth a voice. And see, every time I see like our politicians doing stuff or they open up places for the youth, right? They don't normally have no kids there when they open the doors or cutting the ribbons. It's always adults. I'm like, where the children? Or you see more adults than you do children. No, you see more children than you do adults. Because it's for the children. It's for the youth. Right? I want to go deep. I want to get to the root cause of why our youth behave and act the way they do. If you have a parent that's teaching them properly, and I'm talking about the morals, the values, the principles, or if you want me to make it real simple, the difference between right and wrong. You ain't gotta have a bunch of you ain't gotta have no great education to understand that. The difference between right and wrong. Even when you in the streets, Tony Moe, and I know you understand, you could not tell me back then, 13, could not tell me it was wrong. 14, Tony, you could not tell me it was wrong. 15, because I know we got to watch it on TikTok, right? Could not tell me it was wrong. You could not tell me that I was wrong. I didn't realize. Thank you, Thick G. Thank you. I try to have fun, baby, in the process of what I do. Y'all had me earlier. Good girl, don't throw me off. Oh my God, I enjoyed myself with y'all. Oh, woo! But look, but look, but look, y'all had me over there thinking. Oh my God. I'm telling you, they opened up my mind, Tony. I mean, y'all had me thinking, Miss Lady. I'm like, ooh, but you know, I'm old school. So you know how they say practice what you preach. But y'all had I loved it. Thank you. I loved it. I loved it. I was trying to talk about y'all in a nice way. Cause y'all had me going. I had to go get me something to eat messing with y'all. She kind of threw me, y'all. But look, since you right here, Thicky, thick. I want to make sure I say it right. Since you right here, right, um, that was the point. You know, when I was listening to y'all, it really just opened up my mind to a maybe the I want to say do a different approach. Cause see, I'm older and I'm set in my ways to a point. But when I listen to somebody else, like around, thanks Tony, around near my daughter, them ages, it just see they my children. But when I hear somebody else, it just helps me to see, wow. And I want to share this with y'all too that I didn't get a chance to share earlier. Thicker. I taught my daughters how to be independent too. I don't want no guys sleeping up and laying up on my daughters like that. You know, their money and stuff. So now, mind you, I was feeling y'all. I'm talking about the ladies. And I understand where y'all was coming from. And that's something that look, that's something that I embed in my daughters to be more responsible and productive. But you know, if the guy don't make as much as y'all do, don't beat him up about it, right? But when I was listening to y'all, I'm like, but then too thick. I had to wonder, right? Did I make monsters out of them? Because my girls are tough. My 23-year-old, 23. She looking at $1,300-$1,400 apartments. I'm like, huh? But now look, her goal, she just finished school last year. Um, Wait a minute. Okay, I know, but you got me thinking about the conversation earlier. That's all. And be truthful, that's part of why I try to say the Teen Talk Show, right? I know. I got it. I got it. I understand. And see, everything y'all was talking about is and it still will tie into this the Teen Talk Show, right? Is teaching people how to stand on their morals, their values, and principles. Now, my daughter, the 23-year-old, she get ready to go to law school. She just finished her 4 year, got her bachelor's, right? So she get ready to go to law school. And I'm telling my daughter, whatever you do, What you say? Whatever you do, stand firm on your morals, values, and principles. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all, I lean on certain people. I lean on certain people, and they don't like it. They don't like the way I come, Thicky. They don't like the way I come. You know, I'm a community activist. I'm a human rights advocate. I believe in solutions. I don't believe in staying in the problem, even with our youth. I don't believe staying in the problem. The good part about it, a lot of people don't know, Thick, because they wanted me out the way. I'm home on a home monitor because I speak out against a lot of the stuff y'all was talking about earlier. I speak out for women's civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. I speak out for our people rights. I am made out to be the bad person. You better stop playing. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. What's your name was sharing it today, right? And we was talking about it yesterday on my show, religion versus spirituality. And I started talking about religion, and I'm gonna come back to this right here. And I started talking about religion. Matter of fact, it's gonna all tie in. Real simple, real simple, real simple. It's gonna all tie in. We was talking about religion, and somebody and my guest that was on with me, she said religion is nothing but politics. I'm like, God dang it, because I started saying it, but it was just the way she used her words. Now, I fight against organized religion, anything that tends to empower and enslave our people. And as a result of that, it's our own people that fights me more for speaking out. You know why? Because that causes you it'll show you how you need to stand up and fight for your rights. And that's why a lot of people get mad. Tony Mo. That's why they get mad. Because if you don't like what's happening around you or what's going on, you got to stand up and fight for what you want. Don't get mad with me. Don't get mad. I come from the streets, but I don't live like that no more. I've been out of that mess for 31 years now. So we just opened, and I'm going to tie all of that into Be More's Real Teen Talk show, right? Because I'm more open here. I was talking to my friend with the facility we have to work with young men, or well, he deal with the men. I can't speak on the females part right now, but I do the women and children, but he works with the men, so I had to stick with the men. So our young men that's aging out of, listen to what I say. See, you don't hear people talk a lot like this. The foster care system. And the reason why I'm saying that, I met this young man under the bridge, was 21. He said they gave him a $750 check when he turned 21, and they put him out the foster care system. Didn't make sure he had a place or nothing like that. Now, they don't do that to everybody. Don't get it wrong. But when he said that, now mind you, I did foster care, so the goal is to work with the ones aging out too, so they have somewhere to go. So my friend Plus Jones, which he probably pops on here, he has a construction company where they teach heavy duty equipment. He said, what we could do, get them as they aging out, and the money that they'll make, they'll be able to afford their apartment. I said, thank you. I said, thank you. Now, the reason why I'm sharing that, because it all ties in with working with our youth. A lot of them need counselors. A lot of them need big brothers, big sisters. They need somebody to help guide them in a more positive direction. I will sit back and I will listen to people talk about me, 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 me. And I understand, don't get it wrong. Because I had to learn about me, 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 until I learned to love and care more for me that I was able to go and give it back. So I became selfish and self centered. Then I became selfless. Because once I learned how to love and care for Steve Copeland, I was able to go back and give it to others. I can only give you what's inside. I can only give you. I didn't ask for this. I was called. I'm just one that keeps it real, straight forward. I ain't trying to walk on water. Sometimes I think I can walk on water. But then when I realized you can't walk on water, it was only one person walked on water. You can't save everybody. Who? I can't? Please. I had to realize I can only help the ones that want the help, even with our children. A lot of times, and I was listening to which I was listening to Prophet, not Prophet. God, he said the young people be calling him Unc. I'm like Unc. They call me Unc. So they calling you Unc, and we're in his 30s, and they calling you Unc. I must be great great grand Unc. Like they calling yeah Pop. Look, Charlie Pops. See, that's the stuff I hear now. Hey, what's up, Pop? What's up, Uncle? What's up, nephew? And I'm OG, so if you disrespect me, you know I'm coming for you. That's just respecting your adults, right? But these are the things, y'all. I'm just saying when it comes to our youth, um, I'm in the streets. And a lot of times when I'm dealing with our youth, I'm in the streets and I wear a yellow vest. Like I'm the street worker, cleaning up or something. Not the suit and the tie. Because I know when I was coming up, and if you came and approached me and you had on a suit and a tie, to me, you was a square. So I can only imagine how they might feel about somebody like that too today, right? So because I'm in the inner city, I wear a Charlie. Look, 11 times out of 10, you correct. Look, 11 times out of 10, and that's true. That's true, Charlie. A lot, and I'm gonna say this because when I last year when I was down, and our kids, 10, 11 years old, out there stealing cars and stuff, I was like, what the freak is going on? Blah blah blah. Right? Where my goddamn belt? Because I'm old school. Spare the rod, spoil the child. You gotta watch how you say things, right? Because some people be like, oh my God, he back in roots. No, I ain't no back in no goddamn roots. But spare the rod, spoil the child. And when I heard that, right, I kind of I got real disappointed because I said the same things, Charlie. I said somebody is teaching our children to do Miss Wrong. Where do a 10 and 11-year-old learn how to drive cars? Now, mind you, that's where my mindset is at. Somebody said, watching videos. I said, ooh, the games and stuff like that. I was like, ooh. But believe me, Charlie, what you said, it's the adults that's teaching them bad habits. Now, that go Plus Jones right there. That's the guy I was telling y'all about a little bit earlier, right? That I was talking to about the young men that's aging out of the foster care system. This is the one that has a construction company, right? Him and his wife and them. $200 million project they're working on in Baltimore City. But look, I was saying with him about us grabbing hold to the youth that's coming out of aging out of the foster care system. He made it plain and simple. Like the ones that's aging out, starting to age out, and they is going to need housing and stuff like that on their own. We bring them into the program as they begin to train now. They training, so they making money where they can afford a decent living. When he said that, I was like, thank you. Cause see, that's what he can, him and his wife, their family with their construction company, that's what they can do. So I'm putting you out there, Plus Jones. He know it. He know it. He know it. He know it. But look, and I'm telling you what I love about him. Let me just say this: this guy is a millionaire, right? He ain't got no problem building up in the inner city community. He don't have no problem arguing. Not like I do though. He cool with his. When it comes down to the rights of the people, standing up for the people, him and his wife, they have no problem, speaking out for the less fortunate people. That's why I respect his brother to the utmost and his wife. And some people I can talk to on a real personal note, other than here. I'm trying to keep up with the time, y'all. Other than on here, because Plus Jones know my heart. He know my heart for us to do positive things in Baltimore City, not just with the return of citizens, not just with the women and the children, basically, mainly our youth, because the whole goal is to slow a lot of this down that's going on in the inner city. And when I went to the budget meeting last year, I asked Brandon Scott, I said, how many recreation centers do we have now? And if I'm not mistaken, Plus, he said like 48. I was like, God dang, a couple of years ago, it was like 60 something. But, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. My Dexicon knocked this out. But now, mind y'all, because I deal with not just adults, that's why the youth program is there too. My son' goal is to be a professional soccer player. So the goal is to open up 4 multi-purpose centers, and I was going to name it after my son, but the multi-purpose for inner city youth, right? Because he plays soccer. And we going to implement like soccer, lacrosse, a lot of the sports that most kids play as they get older, like cricket and all of that. No, BLK kids play them too. Black kids play them too. But you don't hear about it a lot. So anyway, I got people phone numbers. I got a little bit of everybody's stuff, right? Everybody. The reason why, Plus, and I know you know, is because the time is coming for us to sit down and actually, it's like God had me put people together. So it's time for us to sit down and make it happen. Because that's what you do. You start preparing for everything. You start preparing to make it happen, and then you actually start doing it. So you have to know who to go to, who not to deal with, who to mess with, you know. So I got a schedule right here, which I changed it, and I'm gonna do it again. Not my schedule, but the way I did this right here. It's the Couch Conversation Show, and I had Mondays 5 to 5:45. Then when I was doing the Teen Talk Show, remember I said I was down there around about 5, I believe, in the evening. I said 4, but it was getting too late in the evening, so I have to find a good time. Because a lot of children, a lot of our youth, younger generation like to sleep late too. But then I had to find out too, like what platforms do a lot of them go on, like social media, and the time to be able to broadcast to get their attention. My friend Maurice Thomas, he got about 8 youth centers. He's up in Yonkers, New York. And he used to be on Bamboo Street. I keep saying Bamboo Jump Street, but he used to be on Bamboo Street. He did that movie. He started working with the children. Same things I'm gonna share about Steve. Because of where I came from, starting out real young, that's why my heart is for our babies. Started out real young. Started smoking this at 11. So I didn't realize the pain. I was running from whatever inside. So you get me when I say getting to the root cause of what it is, whatever that's going on in here. The same way with the adults, the same way I work with the adults. I sponsor men and women. The same way I work with them. And we go back and address those loss, that pain that they went through as a child. Is how God worked with me, not to just work with the adults, but with our young generation as well. I don't come on here to sound good. I don't come on here to sound real educated. I don't come on here just because I got letters behind my name, because I don't. I come on and give you my own personal experience, which a lot of y'all studied and did your research to do the work. I already know. It ain't to brag or boast. You better not try to brag or boast to me about your bull jump. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got your PhD, that's fine. Theology and all that, that's fine. The Holy Spirit guides me, so you don't want to touch it because you might feel bad because you spent all that money. And it's not to make you mad. But when it comes to our youth, when it comes to our younger generation, you have to know how to embrace them. You have to know how to make them comfortable. They have to know how to trust you. They have to know how to believe in you. They got to feel you to want to actually tell you where they at, what's going on with them, and what's hurting them. A lot of people can't do it. So the same way I work with men and women is the same way I work with our children, because I have some of my own. And sometimes when they're not ready to speak or talk, let them stay in their space. When they're comfortable, they will talk to you. I leave the doors open for mine. If I recognize in like my daughter's voices that they might be mad about something, like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Oh, yes, it is. But guess what? She might not want to talk right now. Daddy here for you. When you ready to talk, I'm here. Because I learned you don't push it, you don't force it. You just make them comfortable and leave it open because they're trying to cope with it on their own. But still, it's okay to have somebody where you can, like, let that stress out. even with my son. I tell my son, I'm so proud of you because you in the house with 5 women and I got a big bottle of Tylenol. And you just act like don't none of that stuff bother you. Because I know they in there. I said, boy, I said, man, I am so proud of you. Because you got to recognize, give credit where credit due. And a conversation that was said a little bit earlier. You remember what I said when I said, if I recognize my daughter's going through something and I'm like, hey, I'm right here for you, we can talk, and they don't want to talk at the time. So I'll back up and just leave that door open for them to come and talk. It's the same way I do with the woman. I'm here for you. You want to do this? I'll shut up and listen. Because I learned too, a lot of times y'all not looking for us to fix you. You're just looking for that shoulder to lean on. You're just looking for that person that you can vent with. And I'll bring it down. Mainly when I know your weight is 9 times out of 10 a little heavier than mine, I'll shut my mouth. You don't have a lot of men like that. I'm listening to men talk about 50-50. I'm listening to men talk about not taking women to dinners. I ain't been in a relationship in 6 years now. I want somebody I can take to some parks. I know where some parks at, where the water flowing at, where we can hold hands. We can go and draw a heart shape in the trees and all that type of stuff. What y'all little young dudes talking about? Taking her to dinner. I have no problem. Before I get in my seat, I open up her door first. Make sure she in and shut it behind her. I even do that with my daughters. I walk in front of them when we go into the stores and stuff like that. When we get ready to come out, I hold the door for them and other people too. I don't know. Some of the guys I be hearing today, I don't know who raised y'all. I'm talking about men-wise. Mm-hmm. I be listening to a lot of y'all. I'm like, who the heck then raised y'all to be men? And I'm sorry, y'all, because I realized this to be Moore's real things. I think I took it a little too far, huh? I think I took it a little bit too far. This is supposed to be the Teen Talk show. See, somebody should have came up so we could talk. But no, seriously though. and look, the reason why I'm saying this because now, mind you, once again, this is old school right here. So we only teaching y'all how to be more responsible, productive, and you think your manhood is built off of this. Because when I was around that age, I thought so too. You couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. And like I said, I'm going to end this 45 minutes. Trying to see how I can do this. Because I don't want to go past 45 minutes on this. So I just want to say, I love y'all. And I'm going to end this. And I probably come back on after I end this. I just want to end this right here. And next week, I pray that I have some youth in here that we can talk about everything. But I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I'm going to jump back on. I'm going to end it because of my time frame. I want to stick to my time frame.